Hello and welcome to your reading. My name is Rowan. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you stay. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for being here. And let's get in and see what Spirit has to say today. Spirit, please bring through only the highest guidance. Alright, I'm getting that this group is feeling like a lack of movement. I'm just going to move you guys back here. There's been a lack of movement here for some time. I feel like this is in terms of like your spiritual growth. Yeah, you might have felt very like stuck in your head here. The lack of movement is carless, so that might be literal for some of you, but this is not literal for most. And then we have reflecting. So this is definitely like an internal period for this group. I am seeing a hawk. This is like looking out at the bigger picture of your life. And the reason Spirit has slowed things down for some time is so that the world around you could catch up a little bit. You elevated so quickly when you went through your first spiritual awakening for this group that it's like your whole timeline had to like pause for a moment to catch up. There were a lot of people who were not on the same level as you. There's a lot of people who came in with like romantic intentions for you because of your extremely powerful healing energy. A lot of people attached to you that way. And you're like moving on. You're moving on to the next in your life. There's nothing that can be done to stop this. You are unbothered, even though some of you are going through lots of negative changes in your life. Spirit wants you to know to dig your heels in deep. This is a time that they are resetting things in a way that no one else will be able to affect for the long term. So even if people around you are negative, even if you have like hustlers around you that are trying to take from you and mess things up for you, happiness haters that are always trying to bring you down, nothing that these people can do can touch your inner world. No amount of their little shit, their little spell work, their little crap can touch you at all. You have ascended masters around you. Any legal issues are being dealt with on the higher planes. For some of you, if you're not legally involved in something in the physical, this is about spiritual court. Spiritual court cannot be affected or changed by those who have not earned their, well, look, we have karmic friends coming up here, who have not earned good karma in this life and others. A lot of these people are stuck in bad habits and can't even connect spiritually. You have your ancestors on your side. You have your entire spiritual team on your side, and nothing is going to long-term hold you back. Not these. This is like a little girl fight, okay? I'm seeing MMA for some of you here, so this has been a hell of a girl fight, but this is not something that is going to go on. I'm seeing this is a lot of talk and less actual battles. There's a lot more talk than there's going to be actual changes made here. For some of you, you might have had somebody marry you for money, or like mess with you, specifically like posing as a romantic interest, a twin flame, or a soulmate, because they were interested in what you had. And it's like you cleaned off your third eye with dusting it off, and you're out. This person was not a boss to you. This was somebody that didn't have all the facts about who you are in the spirit. And for some of you, there were people who thought you had money and messed with you for money and then found out you're broke. And I feel like this group is not always going to be broke, but if you are right now, just know that this is just like a stepping stone to the next era of your life. There are going to be changes that come through that nothing else can touch. Any karmics that you're dealing with, it's beyond the point where they're able to make a difference, even with spiritual attacks, in who's bothering you. Some of you work with saints here who move in silence. I'm not going to name these saints, but I am seeing them in my third eye, and if you work with saints or you do some kind of folk practice, that's a confirmation for you, okay? I am seeing devotional candles. I'm seeing making a holy space in your home. And this being a focal point for some of you to balance and restore your third eye if you felt like your vision was blocked in some way. Snake energy is significant here. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, may be significant as well. I have blue vervain here. This is talking about love, relationships, and union. This is also about restoring your throat chakra. You are going to be given your flowers. There are a lot of people here in your life that are in the background, or they're saying a backdrop. A backdrop, not a background. And this is important here, because these people, as part of the backdrop, don't have the ability as characters to affect you anymore. It's like they're painted on. That's how much they can affect you. But these people in the background, or the backdrop, I mean, are not able to affect what's going on with you, and it's like they're finally seeing your value. They're finally seeing that you're somebody that cannot be fettered, I'm hearing. Cannot be tethered. Seeing Fenrir, this might be significant for some of you. Horse energy might be significant. Turtle or tortoise energy may be significant. Some of you have a pet turtle or tortoise, or had one that's in the spirit now that's looking out for you and protecting you and shielding your emotional state from people who were affecting it before. You are now entering a recovery rest period where you are going to spring forth with like a new life for yourself. The attacks or negative experiences that you've had are going to become less and less. They're showing me a calendar. Some of you might have bought a new calendar. My cards just got thrown on the floor, guys. When this happens, if you're new to my channel, this is a way that spirit gets through important messages to me. My guides are a little chaotic. We have St. John's Wort coming up here. This is the happiest card in this deck. This is the equivalent of the sun in the tarot, for those of you who are familiar. This talks about creativity, inspiration, flow, healing your inner child, being able to come out of the shadows after a long period of time. And it's telling me that whenever this got thrown on the floor, you may have a little chaotic explosion of some sort. It's not a tower. It's not like bad enough that it's something super negative that you need to worry about, but there's going to be some chaos, and then things are going to settle down and be taken care of by spirit here. And then look at this, balance and harmony with the dandelion. These were the only two that came up the right way up. Everything else was turned over. Balance, harmony, equality. This person is in seated meditation. It may be the time for some of you to restore your crown chakra. If that was feeling blocked for you, if you were being guided to just ground constantly, or not focus on your spiritual internal world, now is the time to switch that up. No amount of negativity projected towards you is going to be able to erode your crown again. Nature is making sure of that. Your connection with nature is very strong. This is something that was established through your ancestors and provided to you as protection from the other side. You incarnated into this life with a ton of spiritual protection from the other world and from this world as well. There are gateways that you are able to access that nobody can keep you from. Only you only have to touch the handle and the door opens. Other people are out here trying to pick the locks and they can't get in. Turtle's very significant to this reading. Some of you might even see a turtle outside or somehow run into them. And this turtle is letting you know that spirit is beginning to set things in motion to protect your resources. A lot of things were stolen from you in a lot of different ways. For some of you, it's emotional. For some, it is spiritual, and your gifts were stolen from you, or you know, your life situation did something to quash your gifts in a way. People around you might have come after you, almost like a witch hunt, for the gifts that you had. Some of you are artists, and your art is the reason that you were under attack, because you might be a political artist, you might be an activist. I'm seeing that for someone here. This is all being, like, the protections are being laid in place in the physical now. Keep in mind that when you manifest, you are a soul that comes from a very, very powerful and higher dimension, like the angelic dimension, where thought is instantaneous and thought equals reality. Here, in our dimension, if you are a higher being and you manifest things, you might feel an extreme frustration when things don't happen immediately for you. And it's because manifesting from thought and emotion to physical takes much longer here. People may have been able to tamper with this for you in the past. You might have had spiritualists tampering with it for some of you, not all. Or it might have been just part of your timeline to go through some strife, to learn different things and strengthen you before. But it is no longer the case. Bear may be significant for some here. You might want to check out some of my readings on the bears. I have a lot of readings on bears from the past. I also have 1 or 2 about the tortoise, I believe. So you can check those out, because I channel animal energies quite a lot. Yeah, you are becoming untouchable. Still use common sense, but you are becoming untouchable for this group. All of the sacrifices, Spirit is saying, were not for nothing. These sacrifices will lead to something. Stay patient. See how this has strengthened you. And regroup. If you were coming through the last of some nightmares, or nightmare type attacks, you might want to check out some of my previous videos. I have some videos about dream attacks, where they get into a lot of specifics of crystals to work with and how exactly to set yourself up to be safe from this. Some of you are being protected by a spider, spider woman, spider medicine. Some of you are very connected to this. Some of you might even have a physical spider in your space that is a helper sent by Spirit to assist you. You may want to look up Spider Woman, especially if you are part Anishinaabe, and see how she oversees the spiritual realms and the connections between the planes. Elderberry may be significant for some of you here, with Eld Mother coming up. Some of you may want to work with elderberry as a way to address some of the issues that you've come across with your immunity in the spiritual and the physical. This probably goes without saying, but I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a professional in any way. This is all for entertainment purposes. You can check out my website if you want to see my full disclaimer. It's all for entertainment. So take what resonates. I'm reading for a lot of people right now. If you would like a very specific personal reading that's only your energy, I do provide those. You can check them out on my website, Elderbeingsintuition.com. That's the only place I'm going to book you. Be aware that there are people who act as imposters, okay, and try to pretend to be me, so just be careful, do your research, make sure you're going to the correct links that I provide below. I also do animal communication readings, okay, so you can check those out. We have Hawthorne here. I was just talking about Spider Woman. She's a guardian between the worlds, and that's what Hawthorne is as well. Hawthorne is more particular to a lot of European traditions, okay, so for those of you who connect with that, look into that. For protection, for healing. If you feel that there are open gateways in your house, I have a ton of videos about this. But use your personal Reiki, or if you're already attuned to Reiki, you can use your Reiki to close any open portals in your house, any protectors of negative doorways that people have been using to bother you, or just that are open on your land and shouldn't be anymore. Just, you know, check in with your awareness. That's what Poison Ivy talks about here. For some of you, you're strong in the fire element, and you can use smoke clearing, fire, incense to close these portals if you feel more comfortable with this. Maple may also be significant here. And the fall is significant. See all these fall colors with sumac and maple coming up here? So fall may be significant, as you can see with this, the fall colors, and we also have maple and staghorn sumac here. We have a maple helicopter, little seeds here, which may be significant for somebody's inner child, I'm hearing. And we also have a fox spirit here. What this is telling me is that by fall, there's going to be a lot of resolution that you feel, especially internally. And as soon as you feel this internally, it's like your external world is going to reflect that. With land within and without, this is as above, so below. There's no one in the physical that can affect this anymore. You guys may want to work with reishi. You may want to think about taking reishi or working with that. Some of you may also want to work with knotweed. Knotweed can also be used as a supplement for some of you, and this talks about natural defenses. Knotweed, whenever you crush it up, is an antioxidant. It's like a shield to the body, which is why it has this shield here. I've also heard of knotweed being used to treat Lyme in certain situations, like Lyme disease. So there's something here about, it could be actually Lyme disease for somebody here. But it could also be about just preventing the effects of parasitism. And I mean that on a spiritual sense, because a lot of us here have been going through like almost like spiritual parasites, or people trying to like suck the energy, suck the life out of us. And these entanglements, you're being protected from them. We have here with the blackberry and with the porcupine. Natural defenses are finally coming on for you. I feel like this is something from your lineage that especially those in like a more receptive or a more gentle energy have been blocked from. This is something that it's like all of the really domineering people in this family, I'm feeling, have like pulled all the natural defenses from everybody else, both in how they were raised, psychologically, and also spiritually. There are practitioners, and this is something I have been talking about for this group. Great Spirit is taking care of all of this. Or the collection of spirits, however you see God, right? It doesn't matter. Like, the forces of love and balance are fixing this. What did I just say? All heal. Health, healing, recovery. Look for changes in your physical body and your dream states with mugwort. Can't make it up. And mushrooms are very significant for you guys. You may want to look into the mushrooms at this time, especially for a lot of balance issues. Take that as it resonates, okay? Emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever. All right, that's what I have for you guys. I'm sending you so much love. If you'd like a reading, check out my website, as we talked about. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my little thing that I go through each time. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I always love seeing you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.